Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Kenny. I hope you are doing well. I hope you had a good day. Today I want to bring to you this topic that says where to raise a child, the best place to raise a child. I know a lot of people have this opinion that Africa is the best place to raise a child, or Nigeria is the best place to raise a child for people that are Nigerians, for people that are Kenyans, for people that are Ugandans. They always believe Africa is the best place to raise a child and abroad is the worst place to raise a child. But I can only speak for America. I don't know about UK. I don't know about Canada. I can only speak for where I know, which is the United States. So, and I want to tell you for a fact that US is not the worst place to raise a child. Even Nigeria could end up being the worst place for you to raise a child if you are not a good parent. But at the end of this video, we will know the best place to raise a child, whether Nigeria, whether America, whether UK, whether Canada, wherever. We will find out. Just watch to the very end. So I'm gonna pick the countries one by one, the two countries that I know. I don't know about other countries, one by one. And I'm gonna start with America. So I've met a couple of people that always say they don't scold their kids because of fear of police. They be like, oh, we can't beat them because we don't want them to call the police on us. Really? And what I tell them every time is there is no law that says you can't scold your child. No law. In case you did not know it now. Even if a child calls the police on you, police will come and ask you questions. Ask the child questions. They are not just going to carry you and throw you in jail. So you need to erase that fear from your head and from your mind that you cannot scold your child. The child will call police on you. I have a lot of instances. People will tell, if there was a time I scolded my child. I told her don't eat more than 2 wraps of candy per day. They brought this big Halloween bag full of candy. I said don't eat more than 2 per day. So there was a day I was cleaning out my bed and I saw plenty candy wrap. The way I was angry was the way I beat her that day. So the next morning, one thing you need to know is these kids, they know. They will test you. They will see how fidgeting you will be once they say some things to you. And she called me the next morning. I woke up to go and dress for school. And the next question she asked me was, Mommy, you did so to me yesterday. I said, yes, I did it. She said, do you know that's child abuse? I said, really? You disobeying me is mother abuse. So if you think you can scare me with child abuse, what I did to you was called scolding. Whenever I give you instructions and you go against it, I'm going to scold you again. If you think you can call the police, go ahead. When the police come, if I tell them my side of the story and they are not satisfied, they will take you away. That's fine. If they can take care of you the way I take care of you, good luck to you and them. I'm not scared of your police. So know that now and know that you cannot threaten me with a police. You are under my roof. My instruction stands. Whatever I tell you don't do it. So don't come here and be telling me child abuse. It's a mother abuse. If you disobey me, you are abusing me too. That day she cried. She felt helpless. She thought I was going to be scared and beg her not to say anything at school. One thing you guys need to understand is there is no police that says you should not scold your child. What they don't want is abuse. What they don't want is when you don't know when to stop. When it comes to beating them. I'm very sure that white people scold their kids. Some whoop, some don't. Some know how to take their gadgets away. But I want you to understand one thing, that every child is different. There are some kids that once you talk to them, they understand, and that's it. There are some kids that once you look at them, they understand. And there are some kids that if you like look at them, they'll be like, Mommy, why are you looking like that? There are some that even if you talk and talk and talk and talk for 20 years, until you top it up with beating, that's when they will understand. I know that some of us are trying to say, I don't want to raise my kids the way they raised me, and I was not friends with my parents. I mean, there's a time to be friends with your kids, and there's a time to be mother. There's a time to be parents. There's a time to be friends. There's a time to be confident with them. If you miss it at each stage, that's it. It's gone. Despite the fact that I don't play, I do not play with my child. There was a time I was driving out, and every time we're driving every time we're driving out and I'm driving past any unfamiliar road, she will ask me, Mom, where are we going? So I was just kidding that day. I said I wanted to go and sell her. She started crying. I said, but I thought I'm mean to you now. Why are you crying? You are going to have a family that will love you. She said, no, you are not mean. You just correct me when I do something that is bad. There are a lot of times we've had that conversation. I've tested her. Every time I tell her, but I thought I'm mean to you, she will tell me, no, you're not mean. You just don't like dumb people. You just don't like people that don't use their brain. You just don't like people that are naughty. These kids know. The fact that you treat your own like, I don't want to hurt her feelings, or I don't want to hurt his feelings. And me, I'm treating my own like, I don't care if your feelings is hurt or not. I have to put you right. It doesn't mean you love yours more than I love mine. You love yours in a way. I love mine in a way. Me scolding my child doesn't mean I don't like my child, or doesn't mean I don't love my child. It's when that child is in a situation where they need their parents, and now their parent comes through for them. That's when you show love to your children. My mom used to say something when we were young, when we were smaller, let me put it that way. She said the things they used to spoil kids is being sold in the market. It's not a child having bad attitude, you overlook it. That's not how to spoil your child. After you have given that child a good beating for doing something bad, and you go to the market, you see something that, oh, this thing will fit my child, you buy that thing and bring it home. It's not overlooking nonsense. Some people their child will be crying, you know, those 2-year-old cry, and be giving them beating as that child is crying. You dare not. You give me beating when you are crying, I will double that cry for you. So some people think that when you do that, you are raising that child the way they raised us. And our parents put fear in us where we were not their friends. I mean, there's a way you can balance it. You can train your child that way in this age and time, and you can still show them love. You can still show them love. But when you pass that stage where you're supposed to let them understand that you don't eat your parents, you don't talk back at your parents. There was a time my child was doing that. She was so good at talking back. The day I took it from her, she just finished bathing that day. She will never forget. If she wants to do it again, I remind her, she will just swallow it. Yeah, I'm not saying beat your child. It's not every child that needs beating. But once you understand your own child, that this is what that child needs, give it to that child. Don't miss it. So that is for America. We're saying that a policeman is not saying don't scold your child. There are ways to scold children. I'm not saying it has to be beaten. Every child has their own method. No police will say don't scold your child. We are missing it in that aspect. I have seen a lot of situations where the child calls the police comes to the house, they ask the child questions, they ask the mother questions. If the child is at fault, they will tell the child, you have to apologize to your mom. Especially when it comes to disobeying the parents or disobeying the teachers at school, and the teacher reported to the parents, and the parents called the child for disobeying or for being disrespectful to the teacher, police does not back the child in those instances. They don't back the child in those instances. What they do not like is abuse, beating your child for no reason. Imagine your child stealing at the store and you are saying he will call police for you. Child that you will beat in that same store. In that same store, you will collect that thing the child took from the child, give it back to the store, and give her better beating there. So police will come and beat me for correcting my child from stealing. I would rather go to that jail than leave that child to continue stealing. So we need to understand what we're doing. Let's not turn to Lagos and we got to Lagos and turn to statue. Adekodere. Let's not be that. So to Nigeria, Nigeria, there's no law that says you can't beat your child, although they claim they don't like abuse too, but it's not really as strong as here in America. But even now, the kind of woke generation that we have in Nigeria, they don't even train their child. They don't. Back in the days, you see, that was when a village was raising a child. That was when a village was raising a child in the days. Now, even in Nigeria, people are scared to let their kids go out and play, because you don't know what kind of child your child is playing with. You don't know what they do in their own homes. You don't know what kind of training they have. You don't know what kind of uncle is in that home. People are so perverted now that you have to be careful where your kids go. It's not even only female kids they abuse. They abuse boys too. They abuse boys. You have to be very careful, thinking that it's one uncle that has my boy, or it's one auntie that has my girl. No. So in that aspect, even Nigeria is dangerous now. And I want to say that I'm drawing my conclusion now. I want to say that there's nowhere in the world that is safe to raise any kid. The day we said welcome to the world, to social media and the internet, was the day the world started destroying, whether we like it or not. The inflow or the inbound of social media and internet was the exit of morality in the world. It was the exit of morals from every human being in any part of the world. So there is no safe place to raise any child. The only safe place to raise your child is in your room. That is when the child is only limited to everything you tell him or her. Once that child goes out of your room, that's it. And they are mixed with the world. Now you have to start battling to remove what they put in that head by yourself. Through prayer, through scolding, through physical, through I'm not going to agree. So for real, if you think carrying your child to Nigeria is what will solve the problem, and you get to that Nigeria, you are still not on your toes, you have deceived yourself. If you think you want to run away from Nigeria because of your kids, let me go elsewhere. Yeah, you want to leave Nigeria to come and give your kids a better life, a better future, blah, blah, blah. But you're coming to meet another battle. You're coming to fight another battle in a different country, because every country has their own separate type of battle. So the real best place to raise your kids is in your own room. No access to social media, no access to TV, no access to any other person, because people are out there, they are perverted. No access to any other thing. But is that possible? No, it's not. You cannot raise your child alone. Your child cannot grow up in that one room of yours. So you have to always undo what people are doing to that child. You have to always delete what people are putting in that child's head. Gone are those days when you will say, oh, this child is too young for so type of education. No. If you don't teach them, someone else will teach them in a bad way. So even at the age of 3, 4, 5, you can't be telling them the front part of Bum Bum is called Bum Bum. Tell them what it is. Tell them what it is. Tell them who shouldn't touch it. Even family members. Tell them everything they need to know. The other day, my daughter was asking me about boyfriend dating. I had to explain. Date could be with your friend. It could be with it's a date. You're going out with someone. It's a date. Doesn't mean there's anything attached. Boyfriend could be your male friend. Doesn't mean there's anything attached, because once you are speaking with somebody and this children hear boyfriend, they say, hey, you already know they know something. So you have to clarify some things. You have to teach them every time. And don't forget, the best place to raise your child is not any country, it's not in any state, it's not in any city. It's in your own house. Always doing what a parent should do. Putting in what you should put in. Putting what others are putting. So, peace. I'll see you on my next one. Thank you. Share, like, subscribe, comment. And I'll see you again. Bye.